If you're looking for more content like this, check out mwpnews.com or bewareofspoilers.com. Welcome to Exploring Hyperspace Lanes. I am Adam.
Hi, Adam.
I am congested. I don't know if you can
Aw,
tell. Can you tell?
I can tell.
I had
It's
therapy.
gross.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We probably shouldn't have a very long show due to it.
Well, and you have stuff to do too. Don't put this on me.
I'm gonna entirely blame it on people are not gonna want to listen to that.
Um, I what's it called? Yeah, I think I got a cold or something. I'm a little nasally, as people say. Um,
Uh,
so that's nice and gross.
mm-hmm.
I had therapy right before, so my therapist was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No." Um, but yes, Josie does need us to keep it short today. Um,
Yeah.
so I was thinking we'll table the discussion of the book that we're going to talk about. Number one, because I fucked up, and unlike some people, I will accept blame when I fuck up.
What do you mean, unlike some people?
That wasn't directed at you. That was directed.
Yeah, it sounded entirely
No,
directed at me.
no, that was not directed at you. But yeah,
I was like, damn.
what the
I
fuck did I do?
usually
Like, what the fuck did I do
like I
that he's
know I
mad
fuck
about?
up, but okay.
Like, what is he being passive aggressive about
I
now?
usually say that I didn't do it. Like,
Um, but no. um, what I did was I said we were gonna talk about Dark Forest Rising, which is the second book in the Throne trilogy. I fucked up. We did not do Heir to the Empire,
oh, okay.
so we'll start with Heir to the Empire. Um, but we'll do that starting next week. Did you see any of the news out of New York Comic Con?
What?
Did you see any of the news out of New York Comic Con?
No.
Um, so the issue is we are still in the middle of SAG strike, so nothing big was going to be promoted. But there were some comics that did get announced. Number one, we're getting a Mace Windu comic book. Mace Windu miniseries that is from Marvel Comics. We're also getting a Jango Fett miniseries from Marvel Comics. I think Josie is not hearing me.
What?
Is that you responding to me saying I don't think she hears me, or is that you responding to you didn't hear anything I just
Responding
said?
to the whole thing. I think I heard everything that you had
Oh,
to say.
yeah. There's a Mace Windu comic and there's a Jango Fett comic coming. Do either of those things excite you?
Eh.
Not a big comic fan.
I like them. I don't know.
Like
I haven't followed any of them or anything. Probably will be cool. What's it coming out on? Where will I be able to read it?
comic book stores and the Marvel app.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was gonna say there's got to be like a digital way for me to.
yeah. You don't want to go to a comic book store, do you?
There's a couple around. I don't mind going into a comic book store. I mean, it's usually also like a game store, so.
Yeah, I go to Newberry Comics if it was a big chain. I know it's not a small mom and pop kind of thing, but
I just don't want to be confronted with the, oh, so you think you're a fan?
yeah,
And then
which is
like have to prove my knowledge on anything because I won't succeed. And I don't know. Then allowed to like it.
yeah, that's the issue. Is that it's kind of like you're dealing with a gatekeeper. Well, I mean, not kind of like
Yeah.
it's exactly dealing with a gatekeeper. Um, who's gonna tell you if you do or do not actually like something based on how much you've consumed of the thing.
You sound so congested, like it's not even funny. It's really bad.
I wasn't trying. This isn't meant to. This isn't a bit. This is just I'm sick.
I know. I'm just saying, like the sound is not even funny. It's just sad sounding. Like
Well,
it's like, oh man, he's really sick. It's not like he's sick. You don't sound funny. You sound sick.
yeah. People were telling me that at work today too. They're
Yeah.
like, "You don't sound good," and I'm like, "Oh, really? Thanks for telling me that. What is that gonna do for me? Like, can I go home? Like, is that where this
They're saying
conversation
stop
going?
talking.
Like, if the answer isn't go home and I'll pay you anyway, then we don't
Yeah,
have to
they should
acknowledge
be
how I
paying
sound.
you to go home sick. Like, come on. It's fucking
Um,
ridiculous.
but yeah, so it is a what's it called? So there's those books. I've read some of the comics.
What were you starting to talk about before? And then you were like, oh, wait, we gotta record. You were gonna tell
Um,
me about
oh,
something big.
there's a new AI companion thing here that'll give us summary, based on what we talk about, and that may help me write a episode description without having to sit here and re-listen to the episode the entire way through,
Why do you have
um,
to re-listen?
or take notes. It's like you want to get as much stuff for search engine optimization as possible. Like, so as many topics as you do, and you don't want to miss anything. So I re-listen to be like, okay, so we talk about X, Y, and Z, and then
Oh,
go based on that. Yeah.
okay.
So,
Why not just like name it Butts? Butts one,
well, no, if something
Butts two.
if something happens that's like funny, then I'll put that as the title. Which
Can today be Butts?
no, because we don't want to do anything that's cursing or explicit. Because you get bumped down to the bottom of the
Butts
algorithm
isn't
then.
cursing.
No, but I'm afraid it's gonna bump us to the bottom of the algorithm. Um, hang on, I have like previous episodes. Hang on, what?
Aren't we
Explore.
already?
Because like hang on, I got the list of episodes on the website. Well, the website's just a link to Spotify. But like last week was Adam is Mad. That was the one where I went on the rant about streaming for 20 minutes. Um,
Can it be like Adam sniffs again?
yeah, because it sounds like I'm doing coke then.
You're I was just thinking about how you keep sniffling.
Um, there's another one. You say mean
That's
things to you
funny.
out of my mouth. Which was a quote from you. Um,
Yeah. I said
not
only you say mean things out of my mouth.
yeah. The Bellatrix Lestrange of Sith Lords. Um, Force Spectrum was another good
That's
one.
funny.
Um, yes. But yeah, so like the descriptions are different. The descriptions you want to go a little bit more in depth. That way people can find the episode easier, based on what you talk about. So you want to get a little bit more keywordy there.
Uh,
Um,
I guess so.
so yeah, I mean, we want this to work out. So that way you don't have to work at your current job. And I don't want to work at my current job.
I don't want to work at my current job either.
So
Mhm.
yeah, which is great because this is going to be an episode that's going to sound entirely phoned in because one of us is sick, the other one has to leave quick. We don't actually talk about anything on topic, or things that are like tangentially on topic. Um, what was it?
We should probably change the description of the show to Adam and Josie talk some shit. Maybe you'll learn something like
Occasionally about
or
Star
touch
Wars.
on some occasionally about new talk like news. And then sometimes we talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, occasionally with Star Wars. A lot of times it devolves into the failures in my
Well, you
life.
always want to talk about Marvel. Ugh.
Well, yeah, because like if we want to get into that, we can get into that because there is stuff to talk about with that fucking book that I haven't read yet, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff.
No.
Do you want to talk about console wars? Because I could do a good half hour on console wars.
No, this is we're supposed to be about Star Wars and we never talk about it.
Because like
We always talk about
like,
stupid Marvel.
I can actually do both Marvel and console wars at the same time because it's Spider-Man 2 is fucking up.
Ugh.
Like the discourse around Spider-Man 2 has been awful. Because I don't know, like maybe it's just I didn't see it when Starfield came out, but like I
Uh-huh.
didn't see PlayStation players getting pissy about Starfield being good. But like all of a sudden it's like all these Xbox fanboys coming out of the woodwork to be like, "Oh, look at how shitty Spider-Man is because there's a glitch here. There's a glitch here," and it's like, "Oh, look, Mary Jane's ass doesn't look as good as one of the women in Starfield." And it's like, I'm not playing Spider-Man to jerk off, nor was I playing Starfield to jerk off, and the dressed woman in the game is not why I'm buying the game. Um,
Oh, you only buy games that have naked women?
no. How did you get that logical leap in what I just said?
You
Like,
said that's not why you'd buy the game, implying that you would buy the game if they were naked.
I that is some mental gymnastics right there.
No, it's not.
I
Those were perfectly logical leaps
like,
and bounds.
are they though? Sure,
Eh,
why not? But yeah, I was gonna do something when I was in Walmart just now, getting my nasal spray because as bad
this
as this
is
sounds, this
gross.
this is the improvement. Because it was worse. Um, because I got the Arm and Hammer saline, which like flushes out everything.
This is not.
This isn't good content. The other idea when I
No,
was in Walmart was would like it was one of those things that like it sounds good when you pitch it, and then you're like, wait, no, this is dumb. Was I went
like
in.
barbecue pizza.
What do you mean?
Like barbecue pizza.
What's barbecue like making pizza on a barbecue?
It sounds good, but it's actually dumb.
Yeah, I guess. Um, but no, the
No?
idea was, I mean, I've never tried it. I mean, if you cook it right, I don't see how it could be bad. Um,
Mm,
but
that's your gripe with it? Oh
like
my
I
goodness.
haven't tried it. It doesn't mean it's necessarily bad.
Oh my goodness, no. You went down the rabbit hole too far for it.
Of what? Of barbecue pizza?
Yes.
This is your fault. You brought up barbecue
I was trying
pizza.
to make a funny joke, and you were just like, well, I don't know. It could be fine.
It's like if you cook pizza right, you're using a brick oven, and the brick oven gets hotter than your regular oven. So if you,
Oh no.
I guess sound like someone who's just
It's because
going
you're,
down these fucking
yeah, it's
diatribes.
because you probably have like a fever. You're having fever dreams right now.
And I only slept like 2 to 3 hours last night. Cause
Aw,
I just couldn't sleep. I just couldn't
aw.
get comfortable. But like the idea I had.
You are near New York. You could just like go out and beat people up or something and then go
Yeah,
back to bed.
it's a little known fact that like New York City is very much like Grand Theft Auto, and you can just go and beat the shit out of people randomly, and then just
Yeah,
go to bed like nothing happened.
I'm
Um,
assuming.
yeah,
I'm
that.
assuming.
I
I
mean,
mean, most people could probably do that, right?
I mean, you're from New Hampshire. You do have that lunatic governor who's like, the cities suck. Like,
Uh-huh.
I saw someone driving
We
yesterday
don't have
who.
any cities.
That's true. Um, which is why he's able to say that without having to worry about losing votes. But like when I was driving home yesterday and I was stuck behind this guy who had a bumper sticker that said "Try that in a small town," and I'm like, my brother in Christ. You are in Suffolk County. It's like the fourth biggest non-New York City county in New York State in terms of population. There are several states with smaller populations than Suffolk County.
It's a song.
No, I understand. I understand what it
Okay.
is. It's a dog whistle about don't let black people in. I understand what it is. Like,
Yeah.
no, I get it. I get it. But like, you
I
can't
just
say
wasn't sure if you were. I didn't know if you did.
like no. But it's like you're the implication is that you're from a small town, and it's like you're about an hour away from like the one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you're like, oh no, this is a small town. It's like, no, it's not. Like a small town is like if you go to the middle of like bumfuck Nebraska and it's like you got a town with like more
I
goats
don't
than
think that
people.
they're saying that. They're probably just saying that they like the song.
Oh
And
no, it's
either way,
I
it's
think
not
it's definitely.
great.
Here's the thing: the song is not something that you admit to liking if you're not racist.
But some people don't think that it's wrong to not be racist
No, I get that, but like
or to
it
be racist. Sorry, that came
no.
out the wrong way.
It's like, sometimes you just gotta hate someone based on their race. What are you
No,
gonna do?
that's no.
But like,
I
it, it,
just got
it's
my words mixed
it's
up.
the kind of thing where it's like this. Like, if you hear that song and you're like, yeah, you're unabashedly a racist. Like, it's one of those like, I'm tired of this thing where we gotta
Uh,
give people the benefit of the doubt because it's like it's not like it's
oh
a.
no, I'm not saying that if you like the song that you're not a
I
racist.
mean, the music
Like
video was shot outside of a
it's
courthouse
pretty
where they held a
horrible.
lynching. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's not a
Yep.
subtle. It's not even like you be like, oh, that was an accident. It's like, no, you have to go out of your way to do that. Like
Yeah.
everything about that's intentional. Um,
Yes, I
but
agree.
but it's like
I
it.
just mean like that person's probably not trying to imply that they live in a small town. They're probably just saying that they're a racist.
That's true. And then when you couple that with the "Let's Go Brandon" sticker next to it, it's like, all right. I mean, I get what you're
Probably.
about. Like, and it's the same person who's like, if they see someone with a rainbow flag on their car, like, oh, why do they gotta make everything about their identity? And it's like, yeah, and your entire car. Do you have? This is something I've been meaning to ask you because you're up north in kind of bumfuck country. Do you have people up there who? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have people up there who write manifestos on their car?
sometimes.
You've seen that though, right? Where
But
it's like,
mostly around where I am, they write the manifestos on their yard
oh, in there,
and
that's
like out on the street and like their street, like as you're driving up their road and stuff, there's like signs up on their what their property line is for to the up to the street, and it's just woods behind it because they don't like actually
oh,
because that's just
you're in
what
purple
property
line
looks like
country.
here.
You're in purple
Yeah.
line country.
So and then there's just like one like and then there'll be like an opening where it's like, oh yeah, that's the driveway, but it's
Yeah.
dirt. So that's and you don't see the house though. You got to drive pretty far to see the house. So if you drive up, you'll see their manifesto of like how they're, they
About how the central banks are being run and how that's going to destroy the economy
their
and
political beliefs and or their conspiracy theories or like them being like a free stater.
see that we don't have free staters here. We have a lot of people who write a lot of anti-Semitic tirades on their
Mm.
car in marker.
Yeah, we have that, but on their yard.
And the flags. I'm assuming you have a lot of flags on the back of cars up there.
Not as much anymore as we used to.
It's
Like when I was in high school and stuff, even then, like people would wave the
Confederate.
yes, the Confederate flag all the time. Like they just leave it on their trucks and like drive around with it.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't see that nearly as much as I used to.
We have a lot of people who fly the it's Trump 2024 flags, which at this point, if you're still supporting Trump,
But we did
you're
have
just an idiot.
Nazis. We did have Nazis protest outside of a gay um like coffee shop
Huh?
in our capital
Did they
in
wear
Concord.
Did they wear masks to that, or did they just go up there barefaced? And they're like,
No,
yeah, wow.
barefaced, and they didn't out overtly like come out as like racist, but or
I think the
as
swastika tends
as
to.
being, but they didn't have that a
Oh, okay.
swastika.
It wasn't like the protests
It
outside
was all
Disney
the
World.
other ones. It was like they had all these other Nazi symbols, but not the swastika.
The more subtle ones, where it's like plausible
Yeah,
deniability, where it's like, oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that was a Nazi symbol.
yeah.
Or like, what's his name? PewDiePie did that, where
No,
he
because
had
if
the
you know anything about like that, then you know that that's what those
exactly.
symbols are. But your
And
average person may not.
if you don't know it, and someone's like, "Oh, that's a Nazi symbol," you can always be like, "I didn't know," or you can be like, "Oh, well, you're reading too far into it." But yeah,
It was pretty. It was pretty gross.
we have a lot of
They were all like they all got ended up getting arrested for like being on like meth or something.
that tracks.
So
The master race for you
yeah,
at work there.
we've got a drug problem here too.
It,
Pretty
it, it
bad.
the master race just looks like generations of inbreeding. Um, but like
It really did. Hmm.
it's like this is my
I got to
mom,
see their
also my
booking
wife,
photos.
also my
Yeah.
cousin. Um, but it's like
Yeah.
we have a lot of flag people here, where it's like they'll put and the thing is too, it's like the entire point of it is to make it look like there are more of them than they are. It's like hunting in packs, where it's like the animal makes it look bigger to be like, see, look, we have power to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like that kind of thing where it's like, oh well, I don't see any Biden people putting flags in the back of their car, and it's like, well, no, because it's a waste of money to do that. Like I'm not paying $30 to install a hitch on the back of my
And
car.
also, it's tacky and like
It's
weird.
exactly. It's the kind like I wouldn't buy a political bumper sticker. Period. Like I don't want, because there are too many lunatics. Like
Yeah.
like
No,
with
entirely understand that. I mean, I don't even put a bumper sticker, like showing that I worked for like a police department ever, you know.
well I
Like
would,
I
but
never showed that because it was like, ooh, that's scary. I could be targeted, you know.
like the only bumper sticker I have on my car is I have a Giants and I have an Albany alumni one.
Mm.
Like those are the
I
only two I got.
probably wouldn't have that either.
Well, you didn't graduate, so you can't be an alumni.
Well, I got that, but I wouldn't I am an alumni of at least one school, so thank you.
That's true.
Um, and I wouldn't put anything like that on my car, and I haven't. I don't have anything that's like identifying in
See, that's
any
the thing, is
way.
that is like I have the one that I have, that's a Giants thing. I got it for like $1.50 at Walmart, and
Hmm.
I threw it on the back of my car because I was like, oh, that's cool. But like I wouldn't get like a like when in 2020 my candidate was Warren, and then I ended up voting for Biden because what's it called? Because you, it's not like I didn't get my way, so I'm just not gonna vote. Like that's not how this works. It's not American Idol, but like Warren was my candidate. It never occurred to me, let me buy a Warren bumper sticker to put on my car to be like, that.
I wouldn't even put like my favorite team or anything. I don't know. Nobody I don't need to be targeted for any bullshit. I don't
Well,
want people I
isn't
want
your
my car to
favorite
look like
team
it
like
just
the fucking
blends
like
in.
the Revolution? Is it like an MLS team is your favorite team or something like that? I seem to recall. Like,
I don't really have a favorite team.
well, yeah.
I guess so. Like I would love to go to a Revolutions game like just whenever. Um so I
Like I
guess
said,
so
I
that's
definitely bought you
probably
a
still my
blanket as a
favorite.
birthday gift for the
Yeah.
Revolution.
Yeah, you did.
Like
I
it's
still
a
have it.
like so you could put that on your card. I don't think anyone would recognize it.
Yes, they would.
Because like if I put like a New York Football Club or a New York Red Bulls logo on my car, it's like I
I
don't
don't
think
want
anyone would
I
recognize
don't
that.
want people to see um anything on my car that they can identify as
And
a
then
way
later
to
be like,
like
that's her.
or identify and late that and or identify like a way to lure me
If
in
if they're
any
trying to
way.
lure you, you can pretty easily not be lured. But I think stalk is the term you're looking for.
No, like lured and like um into like giving out like personal information or like I don't know. Or not lured into like a dark space or anything. I just mean like I don't know. I don't want them to know anything about me or be able to guess my passwords. It's the government. They're watching. I sound like a crazy
And,
person
and and also, you are the government that is watching.
sometimes.
Um, but yeah,
They
so
think I am, that's for sure.
the idea that I had in Walmart that I ended up not doing before I went off on this little side trip was, there's a new set of Pokemon cards that everyone's going fucking ape shit over. And I don't understand. So I was like, let me get a pack, and then we'll open a pack, and we'll see what it is, and see what the big fucking deal is. Um,
You bought Pokemon cards?
no. See, and that's where this kind of fell apart. Number one, this is an audio podcast, and that's not good content for an audio podcast. Number two,
Girls.
number two, the issue is the cards are so fucking expensive, and the set that everyone's going ape shit over, they didn't have in stock. It's $6 for a pack now.
Mm.
Like that's half the price of a pack of cigarettes.
So you'd rather get cigarettes?
No, but I'm just saying that like cigarettes have a ton of taxes on them, and people pay that much
I
for
don't know. I was
cigarettes.
just wondering if you'd taken up a new hobby.
No, can't say I've gotten into smoking. Um, but yeah, I So I was like, let me not do that because I'm like, I'm not gonna. And the other thing is too, they didn't even have the set because I don't know why everyone's going fucking crazy over this set, but everyone's looking for this set apparently.
What is it?
It's like the first 151, and it's like
Oh,
it's
is it
all
because of the nostalgia?
it's gotta be. But it's like it's not even the first time they've done this in the last decade because they did it a few years ago too. Pre-COVID, there was a set that was they re-released the base set, but with updated things that way you can't spam Mewtwo and win. Um, because like there's a deck that's banned because the way Mewtwo works is if you get him out, the original Mewtwo card, if you have four of them and then the entire rest of your deck is psychic energies, you can just use barrier and spam barrier and win because they won't be able to attack you, the opponent. So and the opponent loses when their deck runs out. So
Cool.
yeah. So it's just kind of like it's I don't know.
I can't follow.
Yeah. Did you play collectible card games as a kid?
No.
Did you play Beyblades?
I had some Beyblades, but I don't think I didn't collect things.
Oh, you weren't like you weren't into that.
And they weren't my Beyblades. They were my brother's
Ah.
Beyblades.
Um.
I think you forgot I'm a girl, and I grew up when girls had a lot of social norms that they were expected to follow, like which
Oh,
toys they were allowed to have.
I can promise you that by the time well, also you're also from New Hampshire, where it's a little bit different. But like down here, it's like girls played with Pokemon cards.
I played with Pokemon cards, but they weren't my Pokemon cards.
Ah, you had a bunch of Polly Pockets that you hated.
I liked my Polly Pockets. Polly Pockets were cool.
My sister had that shit and the Littlest Pet Shop.
I had that and then Bratz. And my
Oh,
Bratz and my Barbies would play
the
together, but
the
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 Bratz always played like the town slut.
yeah. I was gonna say the Bratz doll was the slutty Barbie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like it's and the thing is too, it's like wasn't the Brat doll the one where it's like it didn't have shoes like the Barbie did, like the entire foot came off and it was like it snapped
Yeah.
off and snapped on. And it's like that's a weird choice. Like why was that easier than just fucking making shoes that could slide on and off?
I don't know. Have you ever tried to get those shoes on?
I can't say I have now.
That's why.
Um,
Give it a
but
go and you'll know.
like, did you know what movie turned 15 this week?
No.
High School Musical 3.
Wow.
Does that make you feel? Were you? I'm trying to find topics that you may have been into.
That's not one of them.
Okay. My sister was really into High School Musical. I
Was
know High
she?
School Musical 2 backwards and forwards because we
High
watched that
School
movie.
Musical was kind of like after my time, or like I was definitely way too cool for High School Musical when it came out,
See, it's weird because it's like I think back and it's like I remember being
or thought that I was.
I remember being like in high school and girls still watching Hannah Montana and being like that's weird.
Yeah,
Like
that is weird. I was not watching Hannah Montana in high school.
I remember that being and it wasn't like a
I
few
don't
where
think
it's
I
like
really watched any TV in high school because I was either,
getting
I
laid.
mean, like I played. I did a lot of
Oh, okay, you
extracurricular
were.
activities.
Okay, you showed me you weren't.
Yes. What?
It's like the way you were like, no. Like, okay, anyway, moving on.
I
Um,
didn't say no. I just went, what?
but like
Um,
the
so I did a lot of extracurricular activities, so I didn't really I don't think I watched a lot of TV in high school.
yeah, I did journalism club in high
I
school,
did
which consisted of sitting in a classroom on a computer for an
I
hour
did
and a half.
I did journalism club. I did a really bad job.
We didn't actually write
I
anything
did
for
it
the
for my
paper either.
friend.
Same,
We
actually.
we made the yearbook,
Oh, there was a separate yearbook
and
club
we
and a
had
separate
a
like magazine club that did like a collaboration with them. the
And then
yearbook.
we did like a monthly handout, like for our newspaper sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
we
yeah, I wasn't very good at it and I didn't like it.
the journalism club was kind of weird because the journalism club was really thinking back. I think it was just the teacher wanted to get the hours, so we would go and sit in his classroom, and he had computers in the classroom
Wait, did you not get credit for it? Like, was it a straight up club that you didn't even get like credits for?
with a club.
Oh, mine was like a class.
Oh, that's different. Because the
Um,
newspaper was written by the journalism class, but I didn't take that. I took AP Lit.
oh,
So like you didn't like it was different. And then like you take the what's it called? The journalism club. I'm not entirely sure what the point of it was, but besides the teacher getting the pay for running the club, but we sat there and me and this other girl, we just sat there and played on the computer for an hour and a half after school every day, and then went home.
oh. Yeah, we actually had to like turn things in and I never like put a lot of effort into it, but I still passed the class because the few times that the subject was cool enough for my friend who actually likes to write wanted it, like she would just write it for me.
Ah,
So she made it so like I did more than just get a C in the class because I did not like it. And I had
well,
all my
C's get
credits I
degrees,
needed
so
as a yeah, she's got a degree in something. And she's a producer. She's a producer for a local news TV show.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we did like, I ended up taking AP Lit in high school, AP English Lit, and that was for credit. That class I got fed up with because like she's like, and when we read these books, you have to keep a journal of what it was, and I was like, who the fuck actually does this when they're reading a book? Like genuinely, who the fuck has a journal that they keep notes on the book? Um, So I would never do it, and what I would do is by the end of it, I would write a condescending summary that was like a page long about it. Um,
You sound like such a shithead.
well, does anything about me indicate that I would do anything different? We're
That you
10 years.
wouldn't choose to be a shithead if,
Yeah,
if
we're
opportunity presented.
we're 12 years out. Like, does this shock you at all? Like, um,
Nah.
but yeah, it's a like I gotta find one of them because it was like it really it wasn't good either. It's not like it was well written or anything because 9 times out of 10 I would write it on my lunch break, the period before it was due, um, and I was like, I don't give a shit about this dumb thing that we have to do, and then like when it's like instead of reading all the books, my teacher had us do this weird thing where we broke off into groups, and then each group had to pick 2 books, and that was it. So like my mom was like, "Oh, did you read this? Oh, did you read this? Oh, did you read this?" And it's like, no, I read Catcher in the Rye and I read Fahrenheit 451. That was it, because those were the
Oh,
2 shortest books that they had on the list. So our group was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do those two."
I can't.
Like what was it? And then it's like I was talking to someone at work and it's like, "Oh yeah,
You
math is
just
my
sound
subject."
so sick.
Do I?
You sound so sick.
I don't want to do another
Like
episode titled
so
"Adam
much
is
so.
blank" or Adam like because a few weeks ago we had Adam the Weeb, then we had Adam is mad. I don't want to do another one. Adam is sick.
Why not?
I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea?
I don't know.
And it's like, did you like? Okay, so getting this back to Star Wars to wrap things up, because because you number one you made a big stink about it, and number two you said you have to go. We've been going for like
I
40 minutes,
do.
so
I do have to go. I have to work.
like you've been reading Star Wars books. What would you say got you into Star Wars books? What book got you into it, and then when did you start reading like the adult Star Wars books?
I only read the adult Star Wars books
Oh,
and
you never read any of the YA or any of the kids
no,
ones? Oh, I read
no.
some of the. I read there was like that series with like Anakin and Obi-Wan between 1 and 2.
Hmm.
I read Jedi Quest. It was called.
So,
Um, Mid-grade books.
oh, okay. Mine, um, it was the Bane series, and it was because very suddenly, like the whole universe of Star Wars like opened up for me, and it was very exciting. Where it was like, oh my gosh, there's more than just what was in the movies. I get more of this, and I'm gonna learn more about the bad guys. And I don't know, it was just very
And it
exciting.
was very dark, and you had an emo phase.
Um, I've
Unrelated.
it's not a phase, Mom.
Did you really? I was making that up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that
Oh,
I'm still in my emo phase.
um,
I
I
just don't
still,
dress it.
I still dress the way I did in high school because it's just my clothes still fit. So, like, this is the new sweatshirt that I'm wearing now. I bought it last week for like $15 at Walmart. But before that, the sweatshirt that I was wearing all the time, that gray one, that one was I got that in high school as a Christmas gift, and I was like, all right, it still fits. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. You've been wearing the same sweatshirt for over 10 years, but you have every
Closer to
DVD
15.
that's ever been made.
Not
Priorities
I
are
only
not where
have
they
about
need to be.
700 DVDs. I
Yes.
have about 700, give or take. Um,
Priorities are exactly where they're supposed to be for
well, you
sure.
know what? When I want to go watch The Hunger Games, I can go and find the fucking DVD and I can watch it. Actually, I have two copies of most
Wow.
of the movies because I have a DVD and I have a 4K. Um,
Wow.
and they wouldn't buy the DVD back, but like for me, I started reading the Star Wars with like the little kid books. Well, mid grade was like elementary school age books, but then like by the time you get to middle school, I was reading like The Crystal Star, which is not a great book,
Hmm.
but it was kind of my onboard into like, oh shit, this story continues after the movies, like
Uh-huh.
into that future era, and then that was beaten out of me by my teacher at the time, um, because he called me out in front of the class because he's like they used to do this thing where it's like you had to keep track, you had to log the books you were reading to like
Hmm.
show you were reading outside of the classroom, and I was reading books well above my grade level and more books than other people, but because they were Star Wars, they didn't count,
Oh,
according to him. So he's like, and that was the thing too. It's like there was another kid in my class. I felt so bad for him because it's like he was reading
we are
manga.
rehashing some old stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know,
No, it's okay.
he would read manga. And we were in like sixth grade, and it's like it's what he likes. It's a graphic novel. Why can't you just let him read that? And they wouldn't
Hmm.
let him because like it has pictures, and it's like you have no comprehension of like you know. And it's the kind of thing where like if a kid likes to read, don't beat it out of them. Like
Yeah, I think they're better about that now than they
I
used to
think so
be.
too. Um, where it's like it. I think that number one there is a understanding of the literary value of like
I
graphic
feel like we
novels.
were at kind of at that age where like they were just starting to learn what was okay. They definitely knew what was wrong and what you weren't supposed to do to kids. But
Yeah, there was a very like don't beat them anymore. That's not
yes,
good.
but that's about it. That's
Yeah,
all that
that
changed
was.
was don't hit the kids, and that's all that had changed so far
But you
was
had the
they weren't
beginnings of
hitting
like
us.
you had to like tell the kid like you had to like be nice to the kid too was like the step that
And
some of the teachers got caught up on.
right, and like that was the new teachers, and then any old teachers that you had would still scream in your face.
Exactly, because it's
Hmm.
like, well, I can't hit you, but I
So
can
let me
emotionally
just,
scar you.
yes.
Um,
And that was still okay. That was still, oh my gosh, if they call my parents and they find out that so and so yelled at me, I'm in so much trouble.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
that, like now it's now that like I think if a kid was reading, if a kid brought to school Mouse, that Holocaust. I mean, depending on where you are in the country, because it's probably banned in parts of the South. But like if you brought that in and were reading that as a book, the school wouldn't say that doesn't count. Or like
Probably not.
if a kid was reading Watchmen, they would probably be permitted to count that as a book they read.
Probably
Watchmen's fantastic.
because they just want to encourage kids to read, you
Right.
know.
If that's what they want to read, then let them. I mean, if it wants them to, to do that, then by
Yeah, if
all
it gets
means.
them to use their mind and not look at a screen, that's great.
And what was it called? And I think that like the thing is too, it's like, see, I was in the gaming club, which is why when you said I was a girl, so I couldn't play with cards, I was like, Oh, the gaming club was about 50-50.
So
Um,
I did. I went to a club that was mostly boys, and but it was really only through elementary school, and that's because they stopped having a club when I got into like middle school and
there's a
high
girl here.
school. No, it was more just like there wasn't enough people that was interested anymore, and it was the chess club.
Uh, I did chess club for 3 weeks, and I was like, these people are
Were
too
you
good at
bad
this.
at it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
I
Like
was
these
gonna say
people,
because I went to tournaments and stuff. I loved chess.
these
Like it
people
was
are
so
too
much
like.
fun.
And I think it's too. It's like I'm like, oh no no no, this is like these people are too good at this. They have no lives. I'm gonna go to the fucking gaming club with my deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like for a respectable game.
You were like, no, too smart nerd. Bye. Not my smart nerd. Not my level for nerd.
So yeah, exactly.
I
There's
like
an
my
episode
nerds.
title.
I like to hang out with my nerds just a little bit more dumb.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. Like it's like, and I think it's too. It's like the chess club. You're sitting there, and it's like, it's it's not a good social environment.
no.
Like, because it's like, and
The
that's what I
chess
was.
club or the gaming club?
Oh, the gaming club is great. I mean, well,
Oh,
was
what do
great.
you mean
Like
the chess club isn't a good social environment?
because the people in the
You
chess
get to
club
sit there
took
and
it
make the other
so
kids cry.
they took it so fucking seriously, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not there to take it seriously. I'm like, this is a fucking club. Like this is
Oh yeah.
fun. Like this is for fun.
No, this
Like
is where that was where I would learn something new and practice. I'd learn something new at home that my dad had taught me, and then I would go practice it on the other kids. So that way I would do better in my
see,
tournaments on the weekend.
for me, the first 8 hours of the day were sit down, shut up, and learn something, and then it's like when I did a club, it was like I don't want to do that. So like,
Mine it was like sit down and shut up and let me beat your ass at chess.
see, 'cause, I did tennis in high school. I played tennis in high school. I did like the quiz team, like and like that kind of stuff. It's like, oh okay, it's it's
What's a
fun,
quiz team?
like trivia kind of thing. Like
Oh my god, I'm terrible at trivia. So terrible.
that's why you like to ask me questions and
Yeah.
watch me flounder and not tell
Yeah.
me you're doing that, so that way I can't have questions prepared for you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I did that for all 4 years of high school. Yeah, and
That made for something fun. Why would you be so miffy about it?
why are you still mad about it a month later?
Yeah, why don't you chill, bruh?
It's like the entire way home, I'm like, God damn it, I knew that answer. What are the questions? I was like,
You're such a know-it-all. That's not healthy.
it's
To have that experience and feel that way. Oh my goodness.
but like, yeah. So, we'll wrap up there for today. Let's just go over some future
I
plans. Well, you said you had to go. We're going up to an hour.
know, but you're like, oh, now I'm being judged. I'm done with this
The
shit.
minute I send you the Zoom link, I concede to the fact that I'm going to be judged for the next 50 minutes to hour and a half.
I
Like,
only judge. What do you mean, judge? I
so
don't judge you.
okay. So did I ever send you? I don't remember the thing for the Christmas special.
Probably.
The list of the episodes of Nickelodeon shows that where we can do the rankings.
Oh yeah, maybe. No,
I'll re-forward it to you.
possibly.
I'll re-forward it to you later because that's what I want to do in December. And I'm gonna see if Peter wants to get in on that too. We're also gonna do the Hunger Games ranking, but we may have to do that sooner rather than later.
I have to
Depending.
get my I have to get my Kindle, the thing on my phone, so that way I can read it at work.
Do you want to just do the movies then?
Oh,
You want to do movies and books?
sure. I
You look
want to just do
confused.
book,
Just books?
but we can do both. You're a multimedia dude.
That's true. Um, but yeah, so that'll be coming up at some point in the near future. We'll have to work out details on that only because um something may be coming up. I can't say on here because I think it's embargoed, but I think it's anyone who can add two and two is gonna figure out what I'm trying to not say. Um,
I don't think that's true. I still don't have heat. I'm so cold.
oh, okay.
Oh
So
my
yeah, so
God.
The next time we get together, which will probably not be next week because I do have something on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. The next time we get together, we'll be doing Heir to the Empire, Timothy
Oh,
Zahn's
yes.
novel from 1991.
Wow, that'll be fun.
You watched Loki recently, doing your Owen Wilson.
No, I've been doing that for a while. It hasn't gone away. We're on it's been like a whole year and a half, and I just can't make it stop.
Wow.
Oh wow. I
Did
do
you
it at
see? Did you
work,
see the
and
new
the older
episode?
people that I work with don't know what I'm doing, and they think I just say wow weird.
Did you see the new episode with Miss Minutes trying to fuck Kang? That's the face of someone who didn't see the new episode. You have to watch the new episode of
Why
Loki.
do you do this? Why do you have to spoil things?
That's not even the biggest spoiler. You have to watch the new episode. It's
That's
really
not even
good.
the biggest one, but it's still one.
No, it's not.
Ugh.
It's a small bit in the episode that's like, oh, that's an unexpected turn. Um, and
But
also,
now I'll be expecting it.
it's been the rule for spoilers is 3 days.
Says who? You just make this shit up on the spot?
No, that's been the thing for a long time.
No, it's for who?
Hang
To
on,
people or just to the people that you think that you told?
hang on. Let me look this up. Rule for spoilers on TV shows.
Oh, and I'm just supposed to know the social
3
public
days.
rule for spoilers. Says who?
The Guardian.
Doesn't that need to be established between amongst friends?
Forbes, 3 days. Entertainment Weekly, 3 days.
I'm sorry, I don't just do whatever Forbes says.
There we go. But yeah, we'll wrap up that for today. We'll be back if not late next week, then in 2 weeks we'll be back with Heir to the Empire. So until then, have a great rest of your week.
Bye.